just for fun, just since we're here, what I'm going to do right now is, since you're watching me almost like I'm a YouTube video, I'm going to take the next 30 seconds and I'm going to make it look like you're watching a Casey Neistat video. But I'm Casey Neistat, okay? All right.
Okay. Oh, brother. Here we go.
There's this thing about New York City that's something that I just feel like people don't focus on, and it has to do with, hold on. This is New York City. You got all different kinds of people in this city. You got your bankers, you got your lawyers, and then you got people like me. People like me appreciate the city like, it's like nobody in this city has any idea what the deal is around here, and I gotta go meet up with Candace. I kind of blacked out there for a second.
Disturbing the peace with some peace of mind. Sleeping in jeans, I'ma need a night. OD on the cheap advice. OC on the cheapest flight. Lately I've been on the move trying to get to something, but I told her I've been running just to see the sights.
What's wrong?
I didn't sleep too great last night because I don't know if I've told you, I have like a history of night terrors.
Oh, I've heard about this. Yeah.
Yeah. I used to like sleepwalk a ton and act out my dreams, but it's gotten a lot better lately. But I decided to watch Midsummer last night. I hadn't seen it before. I started it at 10 p.m. and I fell asleep with it on.
Oh my gosh.
And the rest of the night, I just had the worst, like nothing related to the movie, but I just had dreams that like vines were growing in my bed and strangling me and people were breaking in my house and stuff.
Dude,
So,
I wouldn't be so quick to assume that's just Midsummer creeping into your brain. I think it could also have something to do with your Illuminati ties. I think that's pretty standard procedure.
No, dude, the Illuminati is a beautiful organization that leads me to the light. There's no way it's causing me to have night terrors.
Oh, good. That's good to hear. I'm glad to hear that, because that's not generally the rhetoric that I'm exposed to about the Illuminati. But have you had any updates there? Are you officially an inductee?
I got a small update, but I'm so bad at texting anyway, like messaging in any form, that I've just been so lazy messaging this guy. But you were saying that I should call him out on his name bauble, because this guy invited me to the Illuminati. His Instagram name is Tommy Hudson. And then he says, I'm Arthur with the Illuminati.
Right.
So I called
highly
him out on
suspect
it.
behavior.
Yeah. I called him out on it. And he basically just said, oh, yeah, sorry, my keyboard messes up sometimes. My name's Tommy Hudson.
What?
He just missed a golden opportunity to say, like, oh, yeah, Arthur is my brotherhood name or something.
Yeah.
You know, but he's just,
my keyboard
just
messed
says,
up. Interesting.
like, keyboard. But, yeah, he says,
That's a pretty bad
apologize.
keyboard mess up.
My keyboard messes my text up. I'm Tommy Hudson. That's what he says. But yeah, this dude leaves some long messages. So he just continued to say that joining the Illuminati has to come from your own heart, Jake. Everything we do here is for the betterment of humanity in general, mate. Must be Australian.
Whoa. Or he's mad. Yeah. That could go one of two ways.
Joining the Illuminati is very easy as well because you are chosen. I will put you in touch with a superior from the temple who will give you all the necessary information and also guide you to achieve this great goal. I joined in 2016 and don't have the power to recruit yet. The superior helped me join the Brotherhood. The superior is a noble man who only uses WhatsApp and Telegram.
A mark of a noble man.
That's how you know a guy's noble.
Yeah.
WhatsApp and Telegram.
Yeah.
Do you have any of these communications? Blah, blah, blah. I'll put you in touch. This is the best decision you'll ever make. You'll be blessed to speak to the superior, Jake. And then I just didn't respond because I'm getting bored with it.
Really? You were about to talk to the superior and you're getting bored?
I know. Well, at this rate, I probably should just follow up and talk to the superior on Telegram.
Yeah,
But-
I think you really should.
Yeah, probably. Especially if I go through all of this and it's not a scam at all. It's just like this group of dorks that think they're the Illuminati.
Dude, I think it could be even cooler than that. I think you could go through all of this and the next thing you know, you're like driving sports cars and who knows what else. I'm trying to think of Illuminati things and all I can think of is like secret caves. I think you could drive a sports car
caves,
up to
yeah.
a secret cave and it could be the dream you've been waiting for. It could be
That's
everything
true.
you've been wishing for and wanting.
I do love caves. I don't know about sports cars, but I do love caves.
You do
So-
love caves. Jake loves caves and he hates boats.
Yeah. No
The amount of
boats.
times I've tried to get this guy on a boat.
Listen, man was meant to achieve a lot of great heights. Boats are not one of them.
Well, that's just one man's opinion, but that's okay.
Yeah. Well, I mean, speaking of that, this is completely irrelevant to what we talk about. But did you hear that the ocean is leaking?
No, where's it going? Is it
Dude.
going down into the magma?
That's what's going on is they don't even, well, they do think there's still magma, but now they think there's an ocean beneath the magma or
What?
beneath the crust or something. They found all these little holes at the very bottom of the Mariana Trench and there's like a spot where water's spewing up through one of the holes or something. And they're like, where's this coming from? This is from the bottom of the Mariana Trench. And I don't know. Apparently now they're like pretty certain that there's a whole other ocean beneath the crust of the earth.
No. What do you think is
Yeah.
down there?
Dude, I don't know, but the bottom of the ocean is already scary enough. I don't even want to imagine what's in the ocean beneath the ocean.
That's really, well, we kind of take so much for granted when they talk about, under the crust is the magma, under the magma is the lava,
Yeah.
beneath the lava is the volcano tribes. And you're just
Yeah.
like, all right,
Yeah,
But
that's normal.
how we
We're
know?
standing on
Yeah.
lava.
How do we know?
Yeah.
They say we know less about outer space than we do about the ocean, which, by the way, I'm calling BS on that one.
Wait, you mean vice versa? They say we know less about the ocean than we know about space?
Whatever the one is where it seems unlikely.
They
We know more about space than we do about the ocean. They say
okay,
that,
okay.
but that's not
That's what
true.
they say.
That's definitely not
you
true.
don't think so?
No way. No way. Absolutely not. Because there's other oceans on other planets and there's,
Maybe. We haven't discovered any.
yeah, because we don't know.
Okay, you're right though. At least we know like the volume.
We
we're
know
working
there's
with at the
water.
ocean.
Yeah, we know there's
We
fishes.
know the diameter of the Earth.
Yeah.
that's
We
fair.
got pretty
Versus
good grasp on it.
infinity.
Yeah, but the dark ocean, the underground ocean, that's like Stranger Things in real life, except nautical.
Oh, totally, dude. The scary part is like, if you're down in there, you're just in there. Like, how are we ever going to explore it? It's underneath the crust of the earth.
If you're in
It's
there, dude,
basically like
you're
a-
in there.
It's basically a terrarium. It's like a self-contained ecosystem down there. I mean,
What if
there's
there
even
are
life.
what if they're like building-sized creatures down there, or like, I don't know. There could be some real
Yeah.
cool stuff down there. That's what earthquakes is it's the building fish smacking up against the ceiling of
It's
the
whenever
under
they do
ocean.
demolition on the building fish?
Yeah. That makes so much more sense than tectonic plates and such. That's another thing. Like, they're like, oh, yeah, that earthquakes, that's tectonic plates. And we all just
I
go,
know.
sure, of course it is.
Yeah, that's true. There's so much stuff like that.
Yeah, are you sure it's
could
not the
almost
building
say
fish?
that you could almost say that everything around us is completely magical, and
Yeah.
we just take it for granted.
Yeah, I mean, I've been kind of going to, I mean, this is just like not the most interesting sidebar, but I've been reading this book that's basically about a lot of things, but one of the things it's about is about apologetics, which is basically when
Wow.
Christians try to like
Prove why
logify Christianity, or there's like all these reasons and all these facts and figures. And one of the points of the book is it's just a pointless exercise for a lot of different reasons. But one of the reasons is because you can make a logical case for just about anything. And one of my friends brought up the fact that he read this article that was this super logical, completely thought out, rational reason why we should impregnate all the women in Ireland and eat the babies. And there was like laid out bullet point, like and it's like to the point where there's a lot of pros.
Yeah, that's a modest proposal. That's like a classic piece of literature.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, I don't know. Anyway, all that to say, I don't know what I was saying. It's something about building fish in the under ocean, and then I got into apologetics, and now I'm confused and I'm scared.
This man just can't stop talking about religion on the podcast.
I know.
No, I'm kidding. Yeah. Yeah, I remember reading A Modest Proposal, which says a lot because I don't remember much I read from high school. But yeah, he basically made it sound very practical of why everyone should start eating babies. So,
I'm kind of scared that this is like cultural fabric, and I'm going to seem dumb for not knowing what this was, but it was new to me, eating babies.
Oh, yeah, I don't know. It seems like pretty odd high school reading, so I don't know why I read it in high school.
Because you went to Illuminati High.
Oh, that's right. How did we get to eating babies from discovering a second ocean?
I really don't remember. I can't actually place the point where I turned my back on God.
Yeah. I guess to wrap up the science news.
Yeah. No, I was going to try and make a real turbulent transition, but I think we should wrap up science news before that.
We should wrap up Science Corner because we got into talking about boats in the ocean, but there's also a black hole pointed directly at Earth, so we're all gonna get sucked up soon, and none of this matters anyway.
Really? What kind of time frame we looking at?
I don't know, anywhere from 2 to 200 billion years.
Oh, interesting. I'm gonna hope for the latter.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for joining us in Science Corner, our most requested segment.
From two of your most trusted scientists that can't even use Google while we're talking about it, so we really sound like idiots.
Yeah, the guy that had no idea how many people had been on the moon. I now know that there's going to be the first woman on the moon.
Well, yeah, which at least means currently the moon is still for the boys.
Yeah,
it's on a ticking clock. But
I don't want to, I'm not trying to manifest anything, but all I'm saying is a lot can go wrong between here and the moon. It ain't over till it's over.
Oh my God. Oh man, that's really dark, but I love it.
Well, hey, I didn't say. I'm just stating a fact. I didn't say anything.
That's
I just said,
a black hole could suck us up before.
Space is a dangerous place. It would be a sure shame if a woman got sucked up into the void before she got to go to the moon.
As for now, the moon is still for the boys. We'll see how much longer it lasts.
That's right. I'll be tuning in with bated breath.
Oh my God. Well, the whole reason that I watched Midsommar is because tonight I'm going to see your favorite movie of all time, which isn't out yet.
I know.
I'm going to an advanced screening of Beau is Afraid. So I figured I should catch up on all of Ari Aster's movies. I had already seen Hereditary, and I was like, oh yeah, Hereditary, like good, spooky, didn't really mess with me, but it was really, really good. And then
it didn't mess with you and the kids. Well, no spoilers.
Well, yeah. I mean, that messed with me for sure.
Yeah.
But it I don't know. Maybe my perception is skewed because Midsommar just gave me the worst night's sleep in my life just now. But
yeah, it is a pretty screwed up movie.
Yeah. But
that's a fresh take on Midsommar. It's a pretty screwed up movie. Shaffer nickel.
Yeah. I also haven't finished it yet, so I don't even know how it ends. But
Okay.
But are you gonna see Beau's Afraid?
Oh,
soon?
for sure. Yeah. I mean, I was technically supposed to come see it with you. It didn't really line up. So I'm definitely jealous. I did read it's a 3-hour movie, which I wasn't excited to hear about. That was a bummer. Yeah.
Do you think that takes away the possibility of it being your favorite movie?
It definitely is it's gonna impact it in some way, because
really?
I don't like long movies. I really don't like long movies.
Man, that's
So
crazy.
I know, not off to a good start in my books, but
I'm hopeful that you won't even notice. Like when a movie's really captivating, you just forget about time, or at least I do. Maybe you don't.
No, yeah, we'll see. We'll see. There's a lot to be learned from this experience I'm excited to hear your thoughts on it. You're going to have to text me just maybe you shouldn't text me anything. Maybe we should
I'll text
wait till
you
I can
all of the spoilers.
Yeah,
let you know what it's about.
Text
how
me
it
the
ends.
plot.
I'll save you 3 hours.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that would be great. Then I don't even have to watch it. It could just be my favorite movie from afar.
Yeah. Honestly, dude, it's kind of like Don't Meet Your Heroes. Like you may as well just have never seen your favorite movie, and then it will always be the greatest movie of all time.
You build a convincing argument.
Yeah.
It would definitely be on brand for my movie watching habits.
Yeah. Dude, have you ever listened to the A24 podcast?
No.
So they have a sick podcast where they'll usually just pair up two different people from completely different A24 projects, like completely unrelated. And then they just talk about anything that doesn't have to do with their movies or shows or whatever. So it's really sick. There's no host. It's just like two actors or directors or something.
Yeah.
But they did a special exception this week and had Ari Aster and Joaquin Phoenix talk to each other about Beau's Afraid.
Cool.
And yeah, you gotta listen to it. It's wild. Like, I mean, Joaquin Phoenix was kind of already my favorite actor ever since I'm Still Here.
Oh yeah.
Like when he pretended to be crazy for 2 years straight just for the sake of this movie. But he kind of reminded me of you a little bit in his interview, because he was talking about like how much he hates compliments and how he prefers that no one he knows ever sees his movies. Like it was really encouraging hearing him talk, because he's like, I don't want anyone I know to ever see any of the work I do. I don't ever want to receive compliments. And he said, if he gets a compliment, his immediate response is to ask the person, name 3 performances or movies that you love, which is brilliant, because then you like filter out if you should actually take the compliment or not.
Oh, wow. Dang. Oh, wow. That's interesting. Yeah.
If I complimented you and then you said,
I like Casey Neistat.
Name 3 things you love. Yeah. I love Casey Neistat. I love Avatar. And I love
Women on the Moon.
On the Moon.
Yeah, I just turned the other way, sir. I'd be like, save it.
Yeah, it's kind of brilliant.
That is brilliant.
Yeah, it kind of relates to YouTube comments or like the feedback cycle of the internet.
Yeah.
Because you could easily think both sides. You could think you're like really great if you get a bunch of positive feedback on the internet, but it could be from people who love Avatar and Women on the Moon, and they could just have no idea what they're talking about.
Yeah. Yeah, that's an interesting. It sounds like it sounds very Joaquin Phoenix-esque.
Yeah, but I guess the whole reason I bring any of that up is it was just so good to hear like 2 of the greatest artists ever. Because Ari Aster was also explaining his like imposter syndrome and just like having panic attacks on set because he didn't think he was capable and like didn't think he was as good as everyone thinks he is. And same with Joaquin Phoenix, just like he doesn't even think he can act. He has to like believe that it's real. He has to just convince himself that whatever he's doing is real, and he can't accept specific direction because he has to just kind of like be surprised by it. So I don't know.
Wow. I'll definitely check that out. That sounds awesome. I mean, iconic duo having a conversation. Sounds like it can't miss. I'm there.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, he also sounds like Joaquin sounds like he's pretty stuck in his character.
Really?
In that interview. He still sounds like what Bo's character is going to be for sure.
Awesome. Yeah, I am very excited to hear your take on it, and hopefully I'll be able to get in soon so we can do a proper movie review.
Yeah.
Because we're slowly transforming into a movie podcast.
I know.
Which, by the way, that actually segues real nicely into my pick of the week because there are like 100,000 movie podcasts out there, ours included. And I found one this week that is truly the best movie podcast of all time.
Really?
Yeah. So this podcast is called The Worst Idea of All Time. And the premise is most years they watch the same movie every single week for a full year. So they'll watch a movie 52 times and then just review the same movie over and over and over again. And it's great because at the beginning of the season, it's very like formal and it's like a proper movie review. And then by the end, it just gets so off the rails and loose and so fun. And they're both New Zealand. They're Kiwis, so they have the best accents on the planet. But what they're doing this season is they're mixing it up and they're doing the whole Fast and Furious franchise backwards in order of the number of the movies. So they're watching Fast 9 times, Fast 8 times, Fast 7 times, until they get back to Fast 10, which is the new one coming out.
What?
Yeah, and it's the most fun podcast.
That sounds awesome.
It's my new favorite.
I would lose it talking about the same movie over and over.
I know. So
That's
don't click
amazing.
off this podcast to listen to that podcast. But I was like, this deserves a shout out because I now know how hard it is to talk about movies. And these guys have it figured out.
Well, I feel like I kind of accidentally strong-armed us into becoming a movie podcast because when I got my season pass to the movie theater.
I know, man. I don't even have that pass, and yet you drag me along with you every time you go.
You don't even like movies, and somehow I've just conned you into talking about movies every week.
I know.
But yeah, I'm sure the pendulum will swing. We'll keep talking about other realms of art, but I don't know. I'm kind of on a movie kick lately, so.
Yeah, it's kind of that season though. I feel like this is kind of the time of year things really come out. So maybe we'll.
That's true. Going into summer.
Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, it's okay. I forgive you.
Oh, good. Soon enough, we'll be in Italy watching movies in Italian without subtitles. So
getting sucked into a black hole. I'm just looking at our show notes. It's so funny. It goes Joaquin Phoenix, Science Corner, the ocean, black hole pointed directly at Earth. What a time we have.
Yeah, we might not have the most organized show in the world, but
that's great.
our friendship will be the glue that holds
It'll
it together.
carry us through.
Last week, you started a nice new segment called Gary Would Be Proud.
Yep.
And I think I got a contender for Gary Would Be Proud this week.
I would like you to present it to the council, please.
So Gary Would Be Proud is a segment where you bring up someone who exemplifies the hustle that Gary Vee would be proud of. And I'd like to nominate Ryan freaking Reynolds this week.
Oh, does this have something to do with the sale of a business?
Yeah. Well, that dude is all over the place. Like, first thing you see him slinging gin, whenever that was, 10 years ago or something, starting a gin company. Next, you see him popping up on Mint Mobile commercials because I guess he owns Mint Mobile.
Yeah, I don't know exactly how far the word owns really extends, but I suppose I don't know much about the format.
Well, I think he was just a majority stakeholder. So he had the largest stakehold. So I guess that makes him owner.
Yeah.
I don't know. But he sold and made $1 billion+ off Mint Mobile. And now he's investing in some Canadian tech company that has its fingers in like DraftKings and crypto and Binance and stuff. He's also got he like owns a soccer team apparently, and he owns a marketing company, all while also being in the Ken in the Barbie movie.
No, that's Ryan Gosling. Nice try.
Shoot.
He's Deadpool.
Damn it. All while being Deadpool.
Mr. Movie Man. My question
you mean that's
is
a different guy?
Yeah, different guy, completely different guy. One's a heartthrob, one's a Gary V. I don't want to say ripoff because he's kind of, maybe a ripoff. My only question is why? I mean, the Mint Mobile thing alone is generational wealth far beyond what you'll ever need or what your kids' will ever need. So I don't know. I guess it's just like maybe he's bored or something, I just am kind of scared. Like a man with that much drive and money, what's his aim, man?
Yeah.
Public enemy number one.
Dude, there has to be something like in your brain at that level where nothing is ever enough. And like the money is no longer a means to a type of life. It's just about the money and like how much you can make. And we talked about Logan Paul a while back and how I unfortunately fell for his redemption arc and thought he was becoming a good guy. But the thing that kind of switched it for me is I saw an interview where someone was asking him like what's next? What's the goal? And his answer was, well, there's a pretty clear scoreboard for life, and the scoreboard is money. And I was just like,
Ryan Reynolds said that?
Kidding me? No, Logan Paul said that.
Oh, yeah. I was gonna say that sounds
Logan
like
Paul said the scoreboard for life is money. And I was just like, what a disgusting, gross way to look at life. And yeah, he was
welcome to my side. I've been waiting.
I know. I'm sorry it took me a long roundabout way. I got bamboozled by him.
Dude, the most buck-wild part of that whole story arc was when he scammed all his friends or his fans out of millions of dollars, and you're like, I don't know if he meant to scam his fans out of it. It sounded like Stockholm Syndrome to me. But I hate Logan Paul. Except Prime.
Yeah, you are a big Prime stan. But yeah, so I think that must be it with Ryan Reynolds is it's not about what your life looks like anymore. It's just this unquenchable thirst for more money. And because I mean, what human could ever, he didn't make $1 billion after it sold. He made like $600 million. What human needs more than that? And their kids and their kids' kids and their kids' kids' kids. Like, you're good.
You're so good. It makes no sense to me. And that was the thing with the Mint Mobile thing that was so frustrating is their whole business model was it's not one of the big cell phone companies. Yeah. And then he sells it and then he's just like, what do you mean? I don't know. It's just kind of
now
leaves a bad taste in my mouth.
Sports betting and crypto investing and
Well, and it's weird because his like public forward facing persona is this like family man, husband, but he kind of just seems like a greedy slime ball to me, but I don't know the guy.
Yeah, well, and it's weird because I completely understand needing to keep working and having projects and something to keep you occupied. But for me, like that just seems like just investing in stuff to me doesn't seem that fulfilling compared to like, if you're good, why wouldn't you, I don't know, make the movie you've always wanted to make, or like work on like Seth Rogen, I feel like is the perfect counterexample where he's clearly good. He's made it. So he's built this company Houseplant that's just
I haven't heard of this.
Oh man, it's so cool. It's Seth Rogen's, like, he got really into pottery.
Whoa.
So he was making pottery and just this crazy, like, goopy, wild looking pottery. The best way I can explain it is
king.
goopy. Yeah, no, that's Gwyneth Paltrow.
Oh,
She's the goop queen.
got it. She's also plays Barbie in the new Barbie movie.
Screw you, man. Listen, I might not know the difference between Ryan Gosling and Ryan Reynolds, but I know the difference between Margot Robbie and Gwyneth Paltrow, okay?
Oh, wait, it's Margot Robbie. That's right.
Did you see Gwyneth Paltrow's ski lawsuit debacle?
No. Wow, there's some serious drama going down out there in the world right now.
Yeah. I'm really unfamiliar with the ski lawsuit drama, but I figured you should know since you live on a mountain.
Yeah. That's how it works.
Figured everyone would be talking about ski lawsuits up there. But yeah, I guess some guy crashed into Gwyneth Paltrow while she was taking ski lessons, but he's claiming it was her fault or something. I don't
interesting.
know.
Huh.
Sounds like
That's a bad day. That's a bad day for everyone involved. Dude, the last day of the season here, a fight broke out and a guy got his finger bit off.
Bit off?
Yes. Yeah.
Like Mike Tyson level bit off?
Yeah.
Oh.
Crazy stuff.
What?
Yeah, so
what was the fight over?
Well, it's kind of like
tourists or
yeah,
locals?
it's not super it's kind of like just a local legend at this point. There were some people I know that were there, but past that, there hasn't been any stories about it or anything. They're kind of trying to keep it on the down low. I don't think Vale really wants the whole people get their fingers bit off here thing getting out too much. So there's not a lot of info on it, but
press.
It happened. It definitely happened.
Oh, wow. That's
Yeah,
that's crazy.
I know. I can't imagine being that mad at someone.
Yeah, and like, not only can I not imagine being that mad, but I can't imagine being so mad that I could overcome how disgusting of an experience that would be to put someone's finger in your mouth and bite it off.
I guess when you put it that way. They say it's like as easy to bite your finger off as it is to bite through a carrot.
Oh.
I don't know how true that
they're
is.
skipping the hard part, which is the part where you somehow put someone's finger in your mouth and bite down. Like, how do you get past your human instincts to do that?
Dude, yeah, that's a really good point. That kind of is almost the worst part, isn't it?
Yeah.
No, actually, now that I think a little harder about it, the worst part is when the finger's still in your mouth and the hand is far away.
Yeah. Oh God. And then
I could see why you're vegetarian. Yeah, it makes the hot sauce. Oh no. Which is really, I mean, that is the experience of eating a hot wing. It's the same. No way is it easy to bite through a carrot, because you can't bite through a hot wing as easy as a carrot.
Yeah, that does sound like.
But maybe it's
nonsense.
the joint. Maybe
if you're right at the joint.
Yeah.
And you just biting through. Oh, don't do it.
Wait, let me check. Actually, I'll do this off air.
Good.
So anyway, sorry to Gwyneth
Why
Paltrow,
did
I guess.
Paltrow come up?
Because she's suing.
Because of Goopy Pots, because of Seth Rogen's Goopy Pots.
Oh my gosh. This
Yeah,
episode is off the rails. What is this podcast about? I can't figure it out. We've done it for 18 weeks now, and I don't know. I can't say one word that sums up any one piece of this whole experience.
Man.
Except magic.
Yeah, me neither. I think we're just an Avatar spin-off podcast.
Yeah, I think so. Kind of like how they have the like Love Island podcasts.
Yeah.
It's just Avatar.
Mm-hmm. It's like Turtles all the way down.
Yeah.
Except it's Avatar all the way down.
Turtles all the way down.
Okay, Seth Rogen's Goopy Pots.
Right.
He got into pottery and he was painting these crazy goopy pots. And then, I mean, it has since become this company called Houseplant that's just the coolest, like, ashtrays and smoking accessories and home lighters that looks like really elegant, but also just fully in brand with Seth Rogen's like super stoner personality.
Yeah.
And it's so sick because now he runs this company. Like I watched a tour of his company from Architectural Digest, and just looks like he has this sick, cozy little company of like 10 people working on this houseplant thing. And it looks like the ideal end. You know, he's good from all of his movie career, and he's settled into this just like, I'm sure, fulfilling job of designing and making really cool smoking accessories, home accessories.
That is cool. That seems a little more wholesome to me than the Ralph.
Yeah. And he's clearly
Reynolds.
not trying to sell it to like Pottery Barn or something. At least I hope not. It doesn't seem like that. It seems like he's just stoked on it. And
yeah,
like that's for sure the route I would rather go. If I was just set for life, I would find something like that. For me, it'd probably just be movies, like trying to work on movies. But versus investing in sports betting and crypto and cell phone companies, I don't know.
Yeah, it's just played out. I feel like we've already been through the self-starter entrepreneurship thing. It's just like kind of played out at this point, and the end of that road is just kind of like a sad place when you just have all these passive revenue streams. You're taking advantage of like 100 million people at once. You have this hoard of money like stashed under all your mattresses all over the world. It's just like, all right, well, you did
Totally.
it. Good job.
Yeah. It's like you beat the video game too early and you still have 40 years of playing the game left.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Once you beat a game and you've used all the cheat codes and mods, it's like, okay, this isn't really fun anymore.
It's like how GTA is for everyone now.
Is it? I feel like GTA is still one of the most popular games of all
it definitely
time.
is, but people are just like, people do the wildest stunts on GTA because there's nothing else to do.
Totally. Everyone's just role playing whatever weird
They have
situations
full
they can.
role playing servers where there's like people who have like janitor jobs, and it's a whole world because there's nothing else to do. That thing where you get so bored you just drive the speed limit and like follow all the rules. Yeah, it's kind of that in real life, which sounds miserable. If you were to start basically your own version of what Seth Rogen's doing, but nothing digital, you have to make a physical product, what would you make?
I know I've thought of this before, but nothing is coming to mind right now.
I think I don't know.
Do you have any?
I think it would be cool to like hand make snowboards. I think that would be fun. Like just one by one. Basically the scene in Surf's Up when whatever the main guy is like shaping his board. Basically just that.
Shaper.
Yeah.
Oh man, that would be cool. Especially when you see like
that's the guy. When Z is like making his own surfboard and teaching Cody how to do it. That would be me for all the youngins out there.
Is that the movie with the line where he's like, I'm just trying to be me, bro, and Cody's me? Is that that movie?
I think so. I don't know. It's been a while since I watched the hit classic Surf's Up. They actually showed it on our movie theater for free a while back, but I don't like movies, so didn't go.
Dang, missed out. Yeah, Surfboard Shaper, because I feel like any documentary I watch about a surfer, they talk about the legendary old man surfboard shaper in their town. And inevitably, once the kid gets good at surfing, they go to the old man for their own custom surfboard shape.
Yeah, and he's like, you don't have what it takes, kid.
Yeah.
And he's like, I swear I'm the best surfer on the beach. And he's like, it's not about being the best surfer on the beach. And then it goes into the Johnny Tsunami quote where it goes, who's the best surfer on the beach? The one having the most fun.
And then it goes into a montage where he forces the kid to like balance rocks on his hands and toes. And then he makes him do headstands on a paddleboard to like prove. And the kid's like, but I don't get it. What does this have to do with surfing? And the guy is like, if you don't understand, you'll never be one of the greats.
Oh, and then fast forward to the end of the movie when it's the big surf off against Kenai, and Kenai is about to catch the biggest wave. And if you paddle fast, you can catch it before him. But then you look over and Brody is drowning, and you can either save Brody or catch the last wave and win the competition. And you have to make a choice.
What does he do? Does he say, I'm so invested now?
He decides to save Brody, but as he paddles over, there's something, he feels something, and the water kind of starts to like rumble a little bit, and he turns around, and then it's like the golden wave, and then he pulls Brody up onto the surfboard, and then they both ride the wave to safety together and win the competition.
Wow.
And then at the end, he goes up to Kenai and he's like, hey, Kenai, you did great out there. And then he's got the trophy and he goes, honestly, I think this belongs to you.
And then he realizes that there's a crack in his surfboard that he got from his old man legend surfboarder. And the legend comes up to him and goes, guess the board didn't matter all along, did it, kid?
Yes, dude.
It was in your heart all along.
Oh, it's a beautiful movie.
Man, that's such a good movie. What was
it
called
Job.
Again?
I meant Job. That's my job. Get this, man. Shaffer Shapes.
Shapes. Oh, that'd be sick. I would definitely go to Shapes to get my surfboard shaped.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. So that's my answer anyway.
Man.
Even though I don't surf. Never have.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a really good one. Yeah, I don't know what I would make. I got nothing.
Dang.
Guess
I'm trying to think of something
digital man.
Just fog machines. You'd make high output fog machines. Are you able to give me a blast right now? Do you have your remote?
No, I don't have it set up. It's upstairs right now because I was filming with it yesterday. So
dang. Well, speaking of filming, this desk tour video, you made a desk tour video. I'm working on one right now. I don't think anything has taken a bigger toll on my soul than this video.
Ask if it's breaking you.
It's absolutely breaking me. I'm never doing this again.
Oh, man, it's so strange. I know that feeling, and I was wondering how it would go for you, because when you care about making art, there's such a weird dance on YouTube where it's such a space not created for art, so it makes sense to make things that aren't art and can be beneficial in a lot of ways, but yeah, it also just messes with your mind. But
I absolutely learned my lesson. Never again.
Man, well,
the outcome of it is just the most basic, I just gave up on it. I had a big, I was like, I'm going to go crazy, make the craziest desk tour ever. And then I just have completely given up. And now it's just this is my pencil. This is my, this is my computer.
Yeah. I feel like that's the lesson more than never again. Is the lesson is that it's fine to make something that's not art, Like,
Yeah.
I'm sure you've enjoyed watching a desk tour or two, and like sometimes you don't want to watch something with some grand artistic merit. Like sometimes you just want to see what Shaffer's pencil is.
Maybe. Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I'm just so deep in it now. It's hard to convince myself of anything other than the fact that this is killing me.
Shoot, I'm
It's my only opinion about it.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Man. Well, I know how you feel because, well, I know how you feel because I've been there, but also because I'm trying to make a video right now that's a review of a lens. And basically all I'm doing is talking about my feelings. I just like cannot review gear and talk about specs and stuff. So just make it all mushy and talk about how I feel instead of talking about the lens.
I fully understand that. I spent all this time looking up which monitor to get because I wanted to be sure it was super color accurate and all this stuff. And it took me like basically a week of research before I finally landed on one. And in my desk review, I go, my MacBook Pro sits next to my LG monitor and looks really good.
Oh man, I can't wait to see this video. I'm so excited.
Oh, dude, you'll be able to, it'll come through the screen. My feelings about the video will come through, I think.
Just look at it as stretching, you know? It's like yoga.
Yeah, I think that's
You're
a good way to look at it.
YouTube yoga. Yeah.
I think that's a good way to look at it. So anyway, not to linger on that bummer too much. I'd rather linger on another bummer, which was this Casey Neistat AI video. I really don't want to talk about this long because we said we weren't going to talk about AI very much.
As soon as you said bummer, I was like, he's bringing up AI. He's definitely bringing up AI.
Well, I only have one thing to say about it, but I'll let you maybe like give the intro about what this video is or whatever. But again, keep this short because AI is like, it's not fun to talk about.
Yeah, I mean, I guess keep it short. I was going to say, have we depleted all of our ideas where we have to end with AI? Because I don't have anything left to talk about other than AI. And it feels like it's kind of like the inevitable end to all conversations these days is AI.
Yeah. One thing I don't want you to take this personally because I know you've done this before, but my favorite cliche ever now is when you're watching through a part of a video and then they're like, and actually, you won't believe this. Everything I've said up until this point has been scripted by AI.
I know. Dude. Yep, I have done that.
And at this point, it's like, oh.
I know. Yep. Guilty. Guilty as charged.
I don't mean it to seem pointed, but well,
dude,
way back when you did it, it wasn't a cliche. At this point, it's like everything.
Yeah, totally. And hey, again, we've talked about cliches before, and you don't really know they exist until you do them, and then you're like, oh shoot, that was very cliche.
Well, so this became cliche really quick. I mean, AI didn't exist last year really in the way it does now. So
oh my God,
it's the most rapid development of a cliche I've ever seen. So you kind of get a pass. But yeah, it is so funny because this whole video was just that. It was just, it's the craziest, most wacky thing ever. It's the AI computer writing the vlog, not me.
Well, yeah, so we're talking about Casey Neistat's latest post, which was titled like AI did this vlog or something, which in my opinion, I think he did a better job at not doing the cliche thing, because the cliche thing I think was to try and kind of trick the audience, be like, oh, AI is so good, you probably didn't even notice. Like, that's what I did. I was like, I listed these things and I was like, and you won't believe it, like AI wrote all of that. You know, it was kind of this trying to bait and switch people to be like, whoa, AI did it. Casey's video was, I'm going to have AI write this vlog. And it was very obvious that AI was doing the vlog. And it was the worst, most boring, sterile vlog of all time. And so to me, it was, I freaking loved that video.
Oh, really?
I loved it so much because it just was like, sure, it wasn't crazy. It's not like it was unexpected or groundbreaking or anything, but it just felt like oh, I can breathe for a second. He's right. Like AI is predictable. And every time I use ChatGPT, it is like, yeah, okay, this is a starting point, but it's nothing groundbreaking if I want it to brainstorm for me and write a script for me. So for anyone that hasn't seen the video, the whole point of Casey's video was he had ChatGPT write a vlog for him. He acted out the vlog. It was really sterile and boring. And then he ends basically saying like, we're going to be okay. Humanity still matters.
Yeah.
But what's your take on it?
Well, my take on it was there were obviously,
if you're new here,
yeah, if you're new here,
thinks Casey Neistat's the biggest dork of all time.
He
thinks
I don't
he's the
think
most
that he is
homeschooled.
objectively the biggest dork of all time. But there were obviously parts that were like very soulless. Like it was very clear that it was computery and fake or whatever. But outside of the very obvious ones, like when he goes there and like he's talking about all the like landmarks and everything, other than that, if you take that part of it out, it was, to me, as not a big Casey Neistat viewer, indistinguishable from every other video he's ever made.
No shot, dude.
If you take the if you take the content piece of it out, all the shots, that's exactly how he would have laid it out. Exactly.
Well, sure, the shots, but that's the thing. He was talking about humanity. Like, yeah, maybe ChatGPT can figure out the way he has a talking head and then a transfer with a drone shot.
What I'm saying is when you hear Casey Neistat talk in his videos, it's this robotic YouTube man, and it's just like the word I would use is soulless. It's just
dude, no shot. Because then like there's videos where he's dropping his son off for his first day of college, and
the old ones before he became Mr. Millionaire Man.
No, and the new ones even. Like, my gosh, the video when he goes surfing in Jersey with Andrew Schultz and is just like catching terrible waves in Jersey and is just stoked out of his mind because he's back in New York City. The thing he thought he was going to miss about LA was the surfing, and he found these grungy cold waves in Jersey and he's stoked out of his mind on them. And then
dude, Casey wouldn't have saved Brody.
He does Halloween in New York City. Casey wouldn't have saved what?
Casey wouldn't have saved Brody.
Yes, he would have, dude.
Nope. He would have gone and caught the wave to beat Lars.
Halloween in New York City, and he's just like surrounded by the wackiest people ever. God, dude, he's a legend. Casey's the best. I'm a big fan, and you're the opposite, and it's so funny.
I don't know. I think like
I guess to end my point is like, yeah, for sure. The AI replica was like, oh yeah, this is a Casey video at surface level, but then just one step beneath the surface, like of how he talks, how he sets up his shots, etc. One step beneath that is like, this is nothing like a video he would ever make because it's so basic, so uninteresting that like there's no there's no 3-act structure to it, you know, like it's not going anywhere. It's just like let's see my wife at our office, let's see the Oculus, let's see, you know, what Manhattan's all about. Thanks for coming along.
Yeah, part of this is probably just the fact that I want to dislike it because it's my two least favorite things in one. It's AI and Casey Neistat. So I think part of it is definitely just my own bias. But just for fun, just since we're here, what I'm going to do right now is, since you're watching me almost like I'm a YouTube video, I'm going to take the next 30 seconds and I'm going to make it look like you're watching a Casey Neistat video. But I'm Casey Neistat, okay? All right.
Okay.
Hold on, let me find something.
Oh, brother. Here we go.
There's this thing about New York City that's something that I just feel like people don't focus on, and it has to do with, hold on. This is New York City. You got all different kinds of people in this city. You got your bankers, you got your lawyers, and then you got people like me. People like me appreciate the city like it's like nobody in this city has any idea what the deal is around here, and I gotta go meet up with Candace.
Damn it, man. I legitimately hate how freaking on point that was. That was amazing. You know, you might actually be a huge Casey fan after all. How were you able to replicate that so well?
Well,
you spent some hours watching that, man.
His videos are formulaic and boring.
I don't think so, man. That was one of the most interesting moments in Friends with Benedicts history. That was a 5-star performance.
Yeah, I kind of blacked out there for a second.
It's crazy too because
I don't even know what point I was trying to make there. That was scary.
That was really impressive. I'm honestly impressed. You nailed it.
Thanks.
You should probably start no, don't do that.
Start a daily vlog where I fly my drone around, ride my boosted board, talk about nothing.
Exactly.
Check.
What are any of us talking about anyway, man?
No, you're right. You're right. That's true. That's a good point. I'm about to make a desk tour video. I have no ground to stand on.
And we've just spent an hour talking about goopy pots and ski lawsuits and biting fingers off. And
I know. Just let me dislike him. That's it gives me this dopamine rush that's like anything, unlike anything else.
Yeah, that's fair. You can continue to dislike him. I'll continue to defend him till the ends of the earth.
And then we'll get him on the podcast, and
yeah,
that would be horrifying.
We'll get him on the podcast. That would be, man. Yeah, dude. Never mind. I'm done trying to convince you to like Casey.
It's a fool's errand, I tell you.
Yeah. You know what's crazy though?
No.
Everything that I've said on this podcast so far was written by ChatGPT.
Wow.
Yeah, it was an experiment all along, and
dang,
they scripted it. They told me what to say.
That was a nice change of pace because that's the same for me. Everything I've said also has been ChatGPT. But the nice thing about that was we didn't have to spend all week writing the script.
That's true, man. God, the last 15 episodes before this one were really
we're in the writer's room.
Like
just
the rehearsals we had to do before the podcast to make sure we had the timing correct.
It is not just like a casual thing. This is a full time.
Yeah.
This makes Saturday Night Live look easy.
Man, I was worried about us hitting 100 episodes when we were having to write the scripts, but now that we don't have to write the scripts anymore.
That's one of the biggest things about AI that, I just feel like I'm kind of on board now that we don't have to script all the episodes anymore.
Thank goodness. Oh, man. Well, that's all I've got. I'm stoked to see your favorite movie tonight. And
yeah, I'm stoked for you. The only thing I want to say is last week we got that email that I mentioned that was this like voice memo of someone wanting to do the ad reads. I feel like we kind of ran out of time this week, but I misunderstood what that was. And we have to play this voice message we got in an email next week. It is iconic. Yeah. It is so iconic.
Man, I almost forgot about that. We do have to play that next week. Should we save it? Should we start next week?
I feel like it's worth it. I feel like that's an opener, honestly. I feel like it's so good. I want it to be more of a centerpiece to the episode.
Yeah, totally.
Because it's not an afterthought thing. It was awesome.
Yeah, you must have just like glanced at it briefly, because after you mentioned it, I looked at it, I was like, oh my God, this is amazing.
Yeah, I didn't play the whole thing through, and I also didn't we'll talk about it next week.
Yeah. Tune in next week for the secret audio message we received.
Yeah. Any apologies for the end of episode?
Oh yeah, I forgot about the apology portion.
I'm sorry I exposed the fact that you liked Logan Paul. I felt like that was a little hostile.
Don't bring it back up again, man. Let's just keep that buried. Okay?
Well, I'm sorry I brought it up. I shouldn't have.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry that I ever thought Logan Paul had some decency in him. I'm sorry that I just fanboyed on Joaquin Phoenix for like the first 10 minutes of the episode. I'm sorry for bringing up Science Corner, even though I don't really know anything about the ocean beneath the ocean.
I'm sorry
I'm sorry that I thought Ryan Reynolds is the same guy as Ryan Gosling.
I'm sorry that I sounded super misogynistic all these times. I've talked bad about women going to the moon.
Oh yeah, you mean like that time that you said anything could happen and the moon might still be for the boys?
That was just a fact. Would be a shame. So sorry for that. I'm sorry to Casey Neistat especially. Yeah, that's all I got.
With those apologies out of the way, tune in next week for the secret message. Leave us a review if you feel like it. Subscribe, like, and amen.
Amen.
If you don't like this music, you don't be listening to it. You know, I'm just a dude that you know, or something similar. If you don't keep it real, then you go somewhere but here. Cause you know, we're only losing control just for a minute. Oh.